All right, second graders, we have finished chapter 1 in math on addition and subtraction strategies. We are now moving on to chapter 2 on number patterns. So in this chapter, our essential question is, how can equal groups help me add? And so we are going to watch this video down here, but our theme is we're going to the desert. So let's watch this video.
We're going to the desert. Today, we'll see some of the desert's most amazing creatures and landscapes, and more cacti than you can shake a stick at. By the way, cacti means more than one cactus. One cactus, two cacti. Got it? I suggest you use some math to keep track of what you see today. The desert is a huge place, and using your math will help you make sense of it all. I also suggest you wear a hat. On your left, you will see sand dunes. There are over 1,000 sand dunes here, and the tallest is over 700 feet. Right below us are some scorpions. There are almost 2,000 different kinds of scorpions on the planet, and some of them like to hide in your shoes at night, so watch out for that. Up ahead is a large patch of prickly pear cactus. It's called prickly for a reason, folks, so no touching. Notice all the flowers? It's springtime, so the cacti are in full bloom. You could count those flowers one by one, or you could use a neat trick called skip counting. You could see there are 5 flowers on each cactus. If there are 5 flowers on each cactus, and if there are 7 cacti, then that makes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 flowers. Oh look, there are some hummingbirds feeding from the flowers. Let's skip count again. If there are 2 birds at each cactus, then how many birds are there in all? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Well, today was a good lesson in skip counting, wasn't it?
Wow.
You never know what you'll learn in the desert. Look out for your next great adventure. Hey look, a lizard.
Oh, look, a chainsaw.
Okay, so our chapter is all about patterns and looking for patterns, which you guys have done a great job on your number scrolls, looking for patterns on your number scrolls. But we also have to go back and review skip counting, counting by 2s, counting by 5s, counting by 10s, and so on. So today, what we're going to do is we are going to do, actually we're just going to look at the front of this. So every chapter, second graders, we will have a front page. And this page actually will tell your mom and dad what we are learning in this chapter in math. So I want you to make sure you show your mom and dad this. I always, Louis, would you please go put down? I always put it in the newsletter, but in case they're wondering what we're learning, then you look at this. On the back is the chapter 2 project. Now listen, guys, and my remote learners. I want you just to X off the chapter 2 project because we're not going to worry about doing that now. Then we are going to do the My Math words together. And then I'm going to have you do the Am I Ready? Because this is showing Mrs. Murphy, are you guys ready for this chapter? Okay? So, I'm going to quickly pass these out.
Mrs. Murphy, what's I going to say?
Well, you're not paying attention to me, so I'm not going to pay attention to you.
I want to see that. What?
Okay,
There's a
so
rattlesnake.
I know there's not a very good spot, but would you then you take it home. The friends that are putting it in your mailbox can see your name up here. Nice and neat, please.
Mrs. Murphy.
And I think this is going to be a fun chapter because we're going to kind of move on we're going to still practice addition and subtraction, but in a different way. And we're going to look for number patterns. So I think this will be a fun chapter. Name on the front. And when you have your name on, go ahead and open it up to this page. And would you nicely, don't make it a big mess, but would you just nicely put an X over this? And I just said we're not going to do that right now. So just X it off. Okay, once you have that X off, would you go? Uh-oh.
To this one, the back.
To the My Math Words.
Yeah.
So don't go to the Am I Ready yet. Go to My Math Words, and it's at the very back. Go to the very, very back. Go to the back page, please. Hey! Mouse at 0, please. On this page, we are going to review some vocabulary words from chapter 1. Excuse me, the first word is add in, and the second word is sum. Now, we have to look at these addition sentences. So write a review word in each box to describe the part of each addition sentence. Mrs. Long must have set you a timer for reading core for next week. So next week, Mrs. Alm was in here setting timers on your iPads. So next week, and I'll talk about it on Monday, but if you hear your timer go off, that means it's your time to go to reading core or to Mrs. Alm's room, or maybe Miss Shaper's room. So Mrs. Alm was in here setting timers. So if your timer goes off this afternoon, just like Brooklyn's did, we'll just quietly shut it off. But on Monday, I will tell you when and what time you go in with poop. Capiche?
Papa.
Okay. So if that does that again, we'll just quietly shut it off, okay? But Monday, I will tell you all about it, okay?
Because I read it said reading.
Yeah.
What happens if everyone did that?
Okay, let's look at these two numbers, 7 and 9. Which one of you, actually all of you, should be able to tell me what those two numbers are? Are they the add-ins or are they the sum, the answer? Raise your hand if you know. And if only if 2 of you know, I'm in big trouble. That means you didn't learn in chapter 1. Libby? No, what is these called? Are those called the add-in or are they called the sum? Yes, they're the add-ins. Remember, the add-ins are the two numbers you add together. So under the 7 and under the 9, you're going to write add-in.
So we don't circle it?
No, you don't have to circle them because we're going to use these words more than once. Add, and then the word end. Add-in.
I accidentally wrote a P.
All right, so you're going to write that word twice, and you don't need to circle it because we're going to use it again. Get ready now. You got to write it twice, Louis.
What?
Under the 7 and the 9, they're both add-ins.
Miss Murphy, can we do a Halloween picture when it's Halloween?
All right, if these are the add-ins, 7 plus 9 equals 16. Well, what is 16 of the addition answer. What is that called, Ingrid?
Some.
The sum. Good. And this is not like some more, like I want some more milk. This is like sum. This is what you call the
Some
addition
milk.
answer.
Like, I want some milk.
Yep, not that kind of sum. That sum is spelled like this. S-O-M-E.
Mrs. Murphy, what time is it? Oh,
We're not worried about that right now.
looks like 12:35.
B. Number 13. I'm sorry, not number 13, the next one. 13 equals 6 plus 7. Who can tell me what that 13 is? Arya? No. They're tricking you on this one. It's the sum. Lewis. This one's the sum. This is the answer because the answer is kind of by the equal sign.
I wrote it 2. Because I like 2.
Now, if this is the sum, Wyatt, what is the 6 and the 7? They're the add-ins. Good job. Those are the two numbers we're adding together to get to our sum. So 6 and 7 are the add-ins. Okay, no, there's no number. Sorry, the next one, the third one. 5 plus 8 equals 13. So, let me call on someone who I haven't called on yet. Tyson, what do you think the 5 and the 8 are called?
Some.
No,
Add-ins.
the add-ins. Those are our add-ins. Those are what we're adding together.
Hey.
So what do you think the 13 is, Elias?
Some.
The sum, because this is your answer.
I know that the add-in is the two numbers are now added because that's a two number and one number.
All right, question, Liz?
Now can we circle add-in and sum?
Sure, if you want to circle, no, you can. Question, Brady?
It's like this. The add-ins are plus.
It's kind of like a pattern. I can see it too.
Like the middle one's like a pattern.
Yep.
Yeah. The other ones are actually like that.
Okay. Now, these two down here are added.
Miss Murphy, can I stop that?
That right now. All right, second graders. Now, once you have that done, flip to Am I Ready? And keep your mouse at 0, please. Question, John?
Miss Murphy, can we do this by ourselves? Because we know what this is. It's easy. The watch button. 2,
Second graders.
7, 9.
Mrs. Murphy doesn't like us talking, and I am waiting for some of my friends. I do not want you talking. All right. Anytime we do the Am I Ready, you will always do this on your own because Mrs. Murphy wants to see, are you ready for this chapter? So don't start yet, but listen to directions. On number 1, Mrs. Murphy wants you to look at this number line and fill in the missing number. That's all you have to do. Put the numbers in the box. Number 2, 3, and 4, fill in the missing numbers. Look at the pattern. Please don't be starting this yet. Don't start it yet, please. Number 5, you need to add that. And number 6, you need to add that. And lastly, one time. And you need to listen to me. And then you need to read it on your own the second time. Alyssa has 3 red cups, 3 blue cups, and 3 pink cups. How many cups does she have in all? So in all means you need to add 3 plus 3 plus 3. Okay, when you're done, you're going to hand it into math. You're going to finish your leaves. If you're not done with your leaves, if you're done with your leaves, you are going to do either iExcel or number scroll at your desk. Capiche? All right, go ahead and get started.